Good morning, Reverend Young.
Good morning, Penny. How are you today?
I'm fine. Now, we know your name is Reverend Young, and you're not real young. So, after I do the clipboard, do you want to tell your age?
All right.
All right. So, ready? Don't let this scare you. Good. All right, we're on.
I am 91 years old.
91 years old. Thank you. Now you know the rules. 4 minutes, no more.
Yes, I'm a short man, so the story will be short.
That's good. That's good. We don't want to go too long. And I want you to know that I have 3 questions for you. The first is only for you, and the other 2, the pastors have been asked as well. So I think you know what they are. And remember, this is a private conversation. Act like it's a private conversation between the 2 of us. Don't let anybody else interrupt you or scare you. It's just between the 2 of us, okay?
Okay.
All right. First question. Reverend Young, tell us about a time when you were a little boy and you knew that Jesus was for real.
I knew Jesus was for real because I was brought up in a Christian home, and I went to church in the morning, and then Sunday school, then youth fellowship, and the church service at night, and the prayer service, Bible study during the week.
Wow, that's a lot of church. So, was there any time you remember when it was like Jesus calling your name, anything like that?
When I was 15 years old,
You were 15?
I felt the call of God to go into the ministry, and it never left me.
Oh.
And I had to work to earn the money to go to school,
Yeah.
and there was at times that it was kind of discouraging, but I knew there was no doubt in my mind
Yeah.
for the calling.
When you were 15.
Even though I was 15.
Okay, thank you. And now, your favorite Bible story.
John 6, the feeding of the 5,000 with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish.
I like that one too. Yeah, tell it.
Okay. There was a little boy that he'd heard about Jesus, and his friends had told him that he loved the children, and he wanted the children to come to him. The disciples said Jesus is too busy with the adults, and he has no time for children. Jesus turned and said, "Suffer the children to come to me and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of God.
Oh,
And except you humble yourself as a little child, you shall not enter therein." And he had been looking forward to going and seeing Jesus. He told his mother, give me a big lunch, because you know boys are hungry.
yeah.
And he said, I'm going to go to bed early tonight, and I'm going to get up early in the morning and go to see Jesus. He walked
By himself?
by himself. He walked, he heard Jesus was coming in the village nearby, and he got tired, but he said, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to see Jesus. And he got there, and there was a multitude of people there. People followed him everywhere he went. And he looked up at the mountain and the disciples, and Jesus said, it's time for our meal. And the disciples said, well, what are we going to do? We can't feed 5,000 people. He said it would take many baskets of food. Jesus said, let me talk to the boy. And he talked to the boy, and he was willing to share his whole lunch with Jesus. Jesus looked to heaven, and he prayed. And then he said, we're going to distribute this food. And what's left over, they pick them up in these 12 baskets. And everyone had enough to eat. And Jesus was there. He is here. In this room right now, his presence is felt. We can't see him with eyes, but we can feel his spirit.
I can. Yeah.
Yes.
You know why I like that story? Because the boy is the hero. I mean, how many times you hear stories of grown-ups and they do the right thing? The grown-ups were stingy and the boy was the generous one. The
He was.
kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me when I was in Rockland, Maine, in the McDonald's, and the mother had bought the little boy a nice big hamburger sandwich.
Yeah.
He looked out the window. There he saw a man digging down in the garbage can.
Oh.
And he went out of that room. He went up to the man and he said, "Here, mister," and gave him his sandwich.
And he hadn't even had a bite?
No,
Wow.
he was taking so that man and he shared what he had.
And you saw that with your own
Yes.
eyes? Wow. So is that why you like the story the best? Because the child is the hero?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you.